Oh buddy, Andy here again, and this is the second in those videos. If you've seen the first one, you'll know what I'm talking about. Once again, a video about different experiences, a couple of different experiences that I've had recently, and all tied up with things that I do, whether it be to be radio, that type of thing, or to do with YouTube, video making, etc, etc. The first one, I had an email via YouTube a week and a half ago now, from a Spanish radio station, an English-speaking Spanish radio station down there towards the south of the country, Andalusia, the sort of area that I've been on holiday with. And you get an email like that, and it just says, we've seen some of your videos, we like what we hear, we'd like to have a chat with you about doing something for the radio station. And automatically you're thinking, wow, that sounds good, especially when it's in an area that I know, an area that I really like. For anybody who's watched my Spanish videos or heard me talking about Spain and trying to learn a little bit about Spanish a few months ago. So naturally I emailed them straight back, said yes, love to have a chat about it, find out exactly what it is you want to do. Cut a long story short, sorted out a Skype conversation, a sort of a three-way conversation, but one person was sort of listening in, I suppose, a producer, I think. And the guy said, right, you know why you're here, we're going to do this interview. I said, pardon? He said, well, what didn't they tell you? No, we're going to record the interview now. Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know what the interview is going to be about, and yet we're going to record it. But that's one of the great things about this, I suppose. It doesn't faze me anymore, that type of thing. I think someone sort of springs that on you. We're going to do that now, Andy. Okay, yes. So anyway, and it was all tied up with the YouTube videos. As I said, they've seen some of my videos, liked some of my what I talked about, and watched. And they were watching. The guy who interviewed me watched about every 10th video, going right back to the beginning. So 700 videos. He'd watched quite a few hours worth of my videos, which is that's a challenge. We all know what my videos can be like, but he liked what I was talking about and the way I did things, etc. So that was quite interesting, talking to him for about a quarter of an hour, all about video making, etc. And what the radio station have done is that they're doing quite a lot about blogging, or vlogging, should I say, really. The station guy, the DJ that I spoke to, has recently got into vlogging himself, hence the fact that he started to look around to find other people, English-speaking people I presume, whose experiences that they could share. And it gave me a chance to talk about this, I suppose. Yes, I didn't have much time to sort of research some of the things that I wanted to talk about, but I've got certain things that I've got to plug in for the radio station, Hastings Rock, and got to plug in for this and that, which was sort of pre-arranged, the sort of preamble before the proper interview as well. And we had quite a chat about how I got into this, and also managed to get in there about the friendships and that I've made here, why I make videos, and the sort of topics that I talk about, etc. And I'll hopefully get a copy of that at some time, because it will, by the time you've seen this video, it will have gone out live on the station. I'm not sure whether there's a listen again feature, but if there is, I will let you know at some time, because I'll be interested to see that myself. The other one was a local band who did a video shoot the other day. This came about because an old friend of mine who I've met up with a while ago, we were talking about, we've always been big fans of music. My friend has a sort of a web video company that deals with, I suppose it's corporate videos, training videos, and records them, etc. That you can use. If you've worked in any sort of large company, you've probably seen these type of videos at some time or other. And he works with some quite big companies, but he's also got a half share, or a part share at least, in an actual video studio, a sort of a dual studio complex, should we say, in South London. And I met him a while ago and gave him a copy of the Not the End of the Pier CD, which, once again, for those who've watched my videos, or for those who haven't, should I say, it's a CD I put together with another local musician in aid of the Hastings Beer and White Rock Trust, to try and raise some money from them and to promote local music as well. 15 different tracks. He bought a copy of the CD off of me because I mentioned that I've been doing this, and we talked about stuff that I've been doing here and there, and what we've all been doing, and all those little avenues that we've been exploring. He went away and then got in contact and said, well, I like all the tracks on this CD, and it's that old thing, well, it's local music, I didn't expect to like it. Maybe that's another topic for another video. But he got this idea for actually recording a couple of the bands for what he calls an electronic press kit. The idea of that being that you get a band or an artist into the studio, you record a music video, you know, a standalone music video. You then have like a photo shoot. You then do like a biography, maybe and like an interview, a staged interview as well. Put it all together, and that's your little press kit. They used to send things off before in, you know, in jiffy envelopes and things like that to record companies. Now you can do it by email. You can do it by little memory sticks, CDs, or whatever, and it's far more professional. It's a fairly new idea. So he asked me for a couple of names. We narrowed it down to one name, and he got a couple of other artists. Last Saturday, we all went up there to record the video, and that was a great experience in itself, seeing how it's done properly by a person who's made, once again, he's made music videos, and he's done videos for just about all the wide range. Those sort of corporate videos I mentioned, but also music videos, also other sort of training videos, sports videos, across the board. You know, a good CV the guy's got, I should imagine. And you get up there and you can think up the big, you know, the walls are painted green and everybody's there and everyone's got an assistant. There's so many people sitting around, hanging around, etc. There's a makeup lady, and the band thinking, whoa, what's going on here? A makeup lady? Oh no. So the whole day is very interesting. Going and watching what they were doing in the other studio, and they had like an urban artist there. Doing their thing, and all dressed up in tuxedos and recreating like a poker game, and they were staging bits of it, and a real good experience, a great thing to do, and once again something I would never have done if it hadn't been getting involved in all of these type of things. I actually did the interview as well for the band, and you know, thinking about maybe trying to do that type of thing because it ties up with things that I'm doing locally as well. So it was all a big learning experience for me, and also something that makes you think, oh, maybe I could use this in some other way, which is exactly what myself and my friend were talking about. He's been very sort of giving me a few ideas, which is one of the reasons of this whole project, I suppose, came out of it. So a couple of quite interesting things that have happened to me recently, and as I said, new experiences. Once again, you've got to say yes to all these things and put yourself out. Yes, it takes a bit of work, a bit of coordination, and also, as I said to the band the other day, I mean, I was putting my neck on the line to a certain extent for them, if you see what I mean. I know, although I like the band, believe in them, think that they're the right band for this because of various different aspects of them, their youth, their enthusiasm, their drive, or whatever, their ambition, and they were suited to it better than other people. But as I said, you know, this is my friend that we're going to. You're getting this done very nicely, and I'm putting my reputation on the line a little bit here, so there's a little bit of trepidation. So, you know, I'm trying to make sure that things go well, but everything did go well, it all worked well, and now we're just looking for the final results to get the video back and the complete package. I'm intrigued to see how it's all going to be put together, even just the video, and I know the band are certainly. The amount of times that we heard that particular song that the band did, I think we must have heard it 30, 40, 50 times during that day. But one good sign, I was still humming it to myself the next day, so that can't be too bad, I think. And maybe one day you will be as well. Obviously, as with all these things, as I said with the radio interview, I'll try and get a copy of it and share it at some time as well, to show you the sort of thing that can be done. Say my voice will be, I'm not on camera thankfully, but there were photographs being taken, a professional photography shoot as well in the studio, and all that, and a behind the scenes video was being made. It's like, you know, it's like a real TV program or one of those things. So an exciting time, something a bit interesting, and who knows, maybe other little opportunities will come along as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll speak to you again shortly, or when Hastings Rock's finished, or when something crops up. Anyway, goodbye.